Thank you. All right, now you can
It's
start.
still 6:05 p.m. Good evening, fellow trustees, Randall and Wanda. I'd like to call this meeting to order. This is our regular monthly Board of Trustees meeting on Wednesday, May 13th. So we will begin with a period of public expression. Okay, we could jump to number 3 on the agenda, which is the staff presentation by Randall Lombardi, our teen librarian par excellence.
You want to stand up there, or do you want to sit?
You can come stand up here because I'm gonna pull your slides up. Give me 1 second here. Right, from the beginning. Okay.
I'm the teen librarian. I'm gonna give you a quick presentation on some of the things that we've got going on in the teen department coming up and some of the things we've done in the past.
Next slide.
Yes, please.
Thank you.
Right. So first, I'm going to talk a little bit about our teen advisory board. So this is something that I started a couple of newsletters ago, where I invited some of our teens in the community to come and give us their input on the teen department. This stretches from our program ideas. So from our past newsletter, we've had baking programs that were suggested to us, cake pop making, and some flower crafts, and a bunch of other things too. They also help us with decorations designs. So today I actually met with them so we can determine how we're going to decorate for this upcoming summer reading program. We have some interesting ideas. Giant centipedes was on the table. I don't know how I feel about it. We'll see what they come up with. They also give some general input, like things that they want to see in the room, activities that they want to do. So we've had one of them who was pushing for a new chair for the teen department, get comfortable to sit in. I also got today that they would like to see a suggestion box for books that to be bought. So you can throw a suggestion in there, hey, I really like this title, I think we should own it. And they can put it in the box and we'll take a look and see if we can buy it. They also help with selecting our community service sometimes. So for community service, we have one opportunity on our website. You look at that photo right there, that's taken straight from our website. That is the instructions we have for our community service. Right now, we currently have 3 opportunities: Cars for Hospitalized Kids, Kindness Rocks, and Book Reviews. So what a team does is they complete one of these tasks, they send it in on a Google form, I review it, and then I will issue them a certificate that says they have gotten our community service. So every month, they can complete each task twice, or up to 6 hours of community service from home, doing things that still better the community. Other things we do in-person meetings, so that decorating in June, we're gonna have a convening meeting where they all come and they help decorate and set up cool stuff. I'm sure you've seen all of the crazy things we've done so far. That is all hands-on teamwork that we get them to do for community service. We did the great give back. We donated handmade toys and beds in Southampton Animal Shelter. That was definitely an interesting time.
Next.
Yes.
Okay.
So now we're going to talk a little bit about teen and tween writing. Our tween writing is going strong. Kids love it. They love having Mira come in to do it. And for teen writing, to bump up a little bit more interest, we're going to try something new for the summer. We're going to be running 2 sessions of themed workshops. So we're going to do a poetry one that's all about learning about the rules of poetry and then breaking those rules and how we can change them more. And then the second one's actually a graphic novel writing workshop. So we're going to take a look at what it takes to make your own graphic novel. We also have college essay workshops. We just had one this past Saturday. We had 6 teens come in to work with a person named Shannon Bookline. She came in with us to work with her directly. We'll learn a little bit more about the college essay program. And then over the summer, we have a virtual session with a Dr. Kelly Copy from NYU. Who's gonna give us a presentation on that.
Then in the fall.
And then the fall, we're working with Mira to do something set up in the fall too. I've also in talks possibly having Jennifer back to do a session where she sits here for an hour or so and has any teens that want to bring in a copy of their essay for her to look over and give them feedback. She will do that. So that's in the works possibly too for summer. And then right now, that's something that's going really strong in our teen department, our club programs. Pokemon Club every Sunday. We've been getting a strong outcome for the days that it's happening. Anime club has picked up. We are getting a lot of teens that are really enjoying the anime and come talk. Our teen in Cold Blood Book Club, I started that 2 newsletters ago now, and I've got a little bit of a following, and they're really enjoying coming and solving murders with me. And then our new tabletop role playing group that is just starting to pick up. We're looking like we're gonna have 4 or 5 teams that are gonna come out to play Dungeons and Dragons with us. So tabletop role playing games, it's Dungeons and Dragons, Funny Heist, all those fun things that require them to roll dice and use their imagination. And then we have Battle of the Books coming up for the summer as well, which is they read books and then they answer a bunch of questions to see who's the best at trivia. Last year, our team got 8th place. Hopefully this year, if we have a team, they'll do better.
Pokemon Club is run by a local team.
Yes, Pokemon Club is run by a local team. His name is Yano. He comes in every Sunday and he's very passionate about it. He actually called me today to talk about it and the future. So, very invested. And then our Teen Summer Reading Club. So this year, for summer reading is going to be a little different. I'm going to do a bingo board that promotes our services here at the library, has teens coming in to do programs, and as well as still read books. Every box they fill out, they get a raffle ticket, up to 25 raffle tickets. When they get a bingo, they get a free book. So it gets them in the building and gets them doing some stuff here, while also still engaging with the reading. And then we have our 100 books before graduation, which is any teen can participate from 6th grade to the time they graduate. When they read a book, they write it down. They get this little bookmark, there's 10 book spots on it. They fill it out, they bring it in. I give them a free book, and then they get the next bookmark. Once they've received 100 books, they get a final prize, which is usually a book embosser. So far, we've had 1 teen already complete 100 books for graduation. Do you have any questions?
How many teams are on the advisory board? I'm sorry if I missed that.
Currently, right now, we have 3. There are 3 teens who are here all the time. You probably know them. And they are always engaging in programs. For the summer, I'm going to put out another call out to see if there are anyone that are interested in joining.
And any team can be on the advisory
Any
board.
team could be.
So you had mentioned that they're requesting, you have some requests. Are the kids that age still reading like hard copy books, or are they more reading on devices? I'm just kind of curious.
So it's kind of a mix. Some of them read are solely they only want the hard copy books. I have a couple teens who do both. So I had one today tell me that she reads a book on Libby every day, but I also see her every day with a book, a physical book. And then there are some who read only comics online and will read physical books for novels.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a mixed basket there.
And I wanted to make one other comment. Well, first, I think you're so welcoming upstairs whenever I kind of pass by. The thriller book club seems cool for, and I was wondering if you could take a next step and have maybe like those dinner thriller kind of things, even if it's just pizza, like solve the mystery kind of thing. I don't know, I just thought maybe it would be kind of a fun thing to
Yeah, it's definitely a
get kids
possibility.
involved with it.
Where's
you,
the
though.
team room?
So it's actually right above us. If you go up
Oh,
the
yeah.
stairs here, it's
Okay.
the green teen board letters,
Yeah.
right in there.
And that was the space that we created during the Glow Up project back in 2023. Is it already 3 years ago? Prior to that, team had bounced around to a couple of places in this library, and it ended in sort of this tiny little space made out of bookshelves in the back corner where the children's librarians now are. So, and there was a lot of, I don't want to say butting heads, but children wanted to be in that little teen nook, and teens didn't want to be that close to the children or the grown-ups at the circ desk. So we moved them up into their own space, and it's been really great in having the teens feel like they're wanted here and they're in their own defined home where they think we can't see them.
So how many teams total are there in these programs?
Oh, it really depends on the program. Sometimes,
Well, I mean, total, all the programs.
like if I were to add them all together,
Yeah,
oh man, That's a big number.
Hold
I
on,
think it's in the stats.
Yeah.
it is in the stats.
Oh, it is
For this,
per month.
for last month, I wanna say.
I'm
it was
looking for you.
100 something
61.
for tween, right?
Tweens had 46 and teens had 61.
So total that's it, something.
Excellent.
There you go. So your eyes are probably better than mine if you can read that far away, or I can read it for you.
Yeah.
So you had 9 tween programs and 46 in attendance, and you had 19 teen programs and 61.
Yeah, so just over 100 with only 20 programs. So it's a decent number of kids.
Yeah.
And April was a slower month for us. I know in October we had like 125 kids in attendance for all of our programs then.
We had vacation in April.
Yeah, so it depends on the month, but there are some programs that get a lot of kids. I did a after hours program where it was Can You Survive a Slasher Movie? I had 20 kids with a waiting list of people who were showing up here trying to get in.
What was the program?
After hours, Can You Survive a Slasher Movie?
Oh, wow.
Yes, any opportunity where they can run around. They
For
want.
horror,
Yeah.
thriller, or, yeah.
So this summer, we're actually doing after hours laser tag as our finale for summer reading, so I feel like that will have an impact as well.
And then also, just teens who are in and using the library, but
Yes,
after school, but not for programs.
we do have a ton of teens that just come here just to do some work. There's one specific teen here all the time. And I'm trying to talk to him about possibly having hours where we can have after hours study time during those finals weeks where we'll keep the building open a little bit longer. I'll get pizza and snacks and they can come here and they use it as a study space
That's a good
that they might not be able to use at home or for group projects or whatever. That's something we're looking to do.
It's nice.
Thank you. You're great. work.
Thank you, Randall.
Right.
You're doing a really
Thanks
good
for
job.
sharing with us.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Okay. Moving right along.
Okay.
Can we move right along?
We
Ready?
can move right along.
Everyone's had a chance to read the minutes. So can
Mhm.
somebody please make a motion to approve the minutes from April 15th regular meeting?
I'll make a motion to approve the April 15th, 2026 meeting. I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Good, so we approve the minutes. Now for the report from the Friends.
The Friends met this morning. They had shared that, they have low registration for their next Make a Friend, lunch, which is going to be at Public House, next Wednesday. Tickets are $50, and what they realized was that there was an issue with Eventbrite in sending out their emails. And so a lot of their members their normal flyers did not know that this event was happening. So I would say there are flyers outside. We sent out a library e-blast. We're gonna send out a couple more library e-blasts. But if you have the time and the inclination to attend the last Make a Friend lunch for the season, because they're taking a break during the summer because summer is busy, at the Public House. It should be a wonderful time, and it is a really great menu. There's a couple of vegetarian choices as well. So if you are vegetarian or pescatarian, you can partake in something. They've been making a consistent amount of money on the lunches. They've been very well received, and every restaurant that has hosted has said, please come back. This group was really great. This was a joy. Thank you. So it's been really great. And as a result of the lunches, they've managed 4 new friends. So they have 4 people who have joined the friends, which is really good.
That's what they want to do is grow the.
Yeah.
Great.
And then the only other thing with the friends that I'm thinking of, which I'm not sure if I mentioned at the last meeting, but it bears repeating. As many of you or all of you know, Friends member and actually I believe a former trustee of the library, Diane Lewis, passed away. And in honor of her, what the Friends have decided to do is pay for the Sag Harbor Reads books this year. So the Sag Harbor Reads program will be in celebration of Diane Lewis. And the book that was selected is a book entitled Return to Sender by Julia Alvarez. And it's like a middle school grade novel, which is usually what we try to pick, because we try to pick something that will be of interest to adults, but also independent readers could read and enjoy. And I read all the books we select beforehand just to make sure there are no surprises. So if somebody comes in and says, you know, did you know blah, 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 I can say, yes, I did, not, oops, I didn't read it. So we do review the books beforehand. So that is the report for the Friends. They have one more meeting. They do take July and August off. So their next meeting will be the second, that's finished.
Okay, thank you. So on to the treasurer's report, which this month will just be approving warrants.
Yes.
Okay, so you have an opportunity to take a look at this. And I mean, there's, I signed checks, there's nothing out of the ordinary. Seems to be pretty normal.
Did want to mention, and I think I put it in the email to all of you, but phantom
Yeah,
payroll technically happens in May,
Yeah.
but because the money is pulled in April for financial purposes, the phantom payroll is in April for approval.
Right, that was an email. So, can somebody please make a motion to approve both sets of warrants?
I'll make a motion to approve both sets of warrants.
Second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, so treasurer's report is approved by the board.
So we'll go over the the April financials next month with the May.
Okay, on to director's report.
That's the sound.
We've hit May-December. It's sort of that busy season right before the busy season where we're just deep in preparation for things, but we got our newsletter to the printer for printing at the deadline, which was a little bit of a sweat. So thank you to Wanda and the rest of the team for rallying and getting that done. Our cover photo is, I think, our most adorable yet, but I'm not going to tell you. You'll have to be surprised. And I believe we have a delivery date to the post office of the 18th. So it should be out for Memorial Day weekend. Belfour was on site. They painted and patched the stairwell, and then also replaced the damaged ceiling tiles. The new security cameras are installed. The software guy has to get a hold of me so he can give me the software and the logins so we can actually view the footage should we need to, but they are currently up and running. Amron was on site for annual maintenance and Train was here to complete their replacement of parts that were under warranty that were not directly affecting the functioning of the system, but they were like, we don't like the way this, basically anything that ever gave us like a misfire message, they just come and replace. So that all of that work is done. I got a text message from Volker at Belfour. They believe that the sound attenuation blankets will be in this week, or early next week. So the fence should be taken care of here. Sound attenuation and the fence should be taken care of pretty soon. The building continues to remain a comfortable, even temperature, which is nice. The duct cleaning has been scheduled for Monday, June 1st. We had a lot of back and forth, but again, that May-December situation just prevented us from finding a day that would work that wasn't like Memorial Day. So we we went with June 1st. Kudos to our social media team, especially Ellie. We definitely have seen a uptick in our social media posts and views now that Ellie is back in the building 1 day a week and at the helm, spearheading a lot of our amazing digital content. Our campaign for National Library Week went viral, which was very exciting on Instagram. So we're excited. We picked up a lot of new followers.
So fun.
And it was a lot of fun,
It was
and I
fun.
think it did a really nice job of each post sort of highlighted a different subset of the staff, which was nice. Sag Harbor Chamber of Commerce hosted their first Celebrate Her event honoring the women of Sag Harbor on April 23rd. And we also hosted the Suffolk County Bar Association the following week. We've been pushing hard for Pathway to Success scholarship applications. I've been assured by the school that they are publicizing the opportunity to the students. We have applications and flyers available here. It's on our website. The e-blasts and the everyday posts on social media have started, so hopefully we will have some applications by June 1st. Last time I checked, we did have one application, but I haven't checked recently. I attended several directors' meetings in April where we discussed issues related to AI slop, inadvertently making its way into library collections, often through patron requests. Patrons will, pick something out, or find a book on Amazon and say, hey, can you order this for us? And it's becomes pretty clear pretty quickly that it's something that is 100% AI generated and perhaps not exactly what the patron is looking for. Some interesting things that occur is with these AI generated materials, they'll take a title of a book and change like the order of some of the words, or like if it was the Da Vinci Code, they might change it to a Da Vinci Code, right? And instead of it being by Dan Brown, it's by Daniel Brown, right? And so people will try to order that book thinking it's the thing that they want because nobody ever remembers the actual title of the book that they're looking for, myself included, and they sort of get duped. We've just had a lot of conversations about how AI is ending up being purchased by libraries or in library collections and then sent, sort of returned like, oh, this isn't what I wanted. And some of it is happening in the digital collections as well. So we've been advised by System, especially with the digital collection, and I would ask you all if you were users of Libby or Hoopla or anything like that, if you download something in your life, for a nonfiction book, there's an alarming number of emojis in here. Let us know. I'm not even kidding. Please let us know so that we can let the vendors know, because everything is becoming automated, right? And so sometimes the vendors aren't even aware when they do bulk purchasing or cooperative purchasing from the people they buy from that these things are sort of sliding in. So yeah, and speaking of AI and things of that nature, I'll say one more thing. Library advocacy, New York State doesn't have a budget yet. I think Kathy Hochul announced that they did, and then they were like, just kidding, we don't. And that was the day I sent out this report, so I was kind of hopeful that we're not there yet. But I would say continue to contact your colleagues, or not your colleagues, your representatives. I'm gonna hand these out. I'm gonna send it that way. What I have for you on this obnoxiously yellow paper, and since there are links, I'll send you a digital copy as well. These are continuing education opportunities for library trustees. As you all know, Ed Law 260 requires boards of trustees to do 2 hours of training or education each year. And so we have a couple of in-person workshops coming up. on Wednesday, June 3rd in Mattatuck. That is on the North Fork, but it really is not a bad drive. Rebecca Smith Aldrich and Jerry Nichols, who are the authors of the trustee handbook for library trustees in New York State, will be there speaking on sustainability beyond environmental impact. So it's really, I know this board has done roles and responsibilities before. I know we've done sustainability before, but what this is really about is a clear understanding of roles and responsibilities with practical guidance to support effective forward-thinking library governance through sustainabilities, like basically how to be sustainable that isn't having a recycling bin for them, right? The other two pillars of sustainability are social equity and fiscal responsibility. So they're really going to be diving into those other parts of the job and where trustees should be thinking and what their role is in related to that. And then speaking of AI slop, our program will not be slop, but we are going to have Nick Tansey, the digital librarian, who is a international speaker on issues of technology and specifically artificial intelligence in libraries. Come speak on Wednesday, July 8th at 7 p.m. at the John Jermain Memorial Library. And Nick is great. He's incredibly competent, and he's going to talk about artificial intelligence, but also policy as it relates to artificial intelligence and what trustees and libraries should be thinking about. We, as the East End library directors, have sort of come together to decide we're going to be offering more opportunities for trustee training outside of roles and responsibilities. So to be announced, they're working on their programs now. There'll be something at Floyd Memorial Library in Greenport in August, something at Amagansett in September, something in Riverhead in October, and Rogers in November. And then on the back, are virtual education opportunities. There's something that exists called the Trustee Handbook Book Club. They archive all of their book club sessions, which are all readily available on the website I put there. Those all count as trustee training. They're really interesting. They're very informative. The first year of the trustee book club was actually hosted by Rebecca and Jerry Nichols. So you can watch the old ones there, but they have upcoming sessions, which would be the live sessions. One of them is the same day as our board meeting, but if you felt so compelled to like catch the first half, there's laws and regulations presented by Rebecca Smith Aldrich. And then on October 29th, they have duties and responsibilities of key officer roles, which is going to be a panel discussion moderated by Rebecca Smith Aldrich. Yes,
If we watch the past events, does that count as trustee
it
training?
does. And then just let me know, and I have a trustee attestation form that says, this is what I watch. And you would sign off on it. Again, I know Mattatuck feels like a little bit of a hike. It's really not that bad. If you have the opportunity to see Rebecca and Jerry's show live and in person, you will not regret it. They're excellent speakers and incredibly knowledgeable.
How long will that program be? Any idea? 2 hours?
It says 2 hours. What it usually is like an hour and 15 minutes, hour and a half, and then time for questions and conversation. Afterwards, the requirement is 2 hours, so their program is 2 hours.
Okay.
But there is a large chunk of time dedicated for conversation.
Do we get full credit for attending 1 hour of an hour and a half session?
You do not get full credit, you would get half credit. Mostly because if anybody checked up on it, they would be like, how were they at that program and at this board meeting at the same time? All right.
So I wanted to ask, with the example that you gave of the book by Dan Brown and then
Yeah.
the slop AI slop.
Mhm.
Is there an actual book that is published that is like a physical book? Or no, not?
I believe in the case of that one, I believe it was a digital book.
Mhm.
However, there are also other issues where books have been purchased and there's no record for them in the catalog, and so they've been going to the cooperative library system for original cataloging. And like when you open the book, like the character will start out and be an elephant, and then you'll get halfway through the book, and all of a sudden, and this is a print book, the character is a frog. And nothing happened in the story for the elephant to become a frog, but it's AI generated illustrations. And then by the end of the book, he's back to being an elephant. There were also issues where characters in the book would the character would start off one color and then be a different color and then change color again, or hair color or eye color. And so when these things are being generated by AI, like there's no editor, there's no one there to say. So the little African American boy at the beginning of the book, suddenly becomes a blonde-haired, blue-eyed girl dressed alarmingly like Alice from Alice in Wonderland, and then goes on to be something else. And so a lot of what's happening is, I'm reticent to say lazy collection development because sometimes something sounds really good and you're looking for something and you order it. Some of it is patrons see things online and request them. And so libraries will automatically order what patrons have requested. Or even, like sometimes even through Ingram, which is one of the only places to buy books from at this point, and now that Baker and Taylor is out of business. Ingram's, a lot of their buying is done mechanically now.
Isn't there anybody or any agency or any, I don't know, any company that's screening?
They're leaving it up
Huge
to
job.
us to screen it. So they're waiting, like at this point, they're waiting for the libraries to say, hey, you sold us AI slop, and then they go, oh, I'm so sorry, and then they'll remove it from the collection. We live in interesting times. I can say that I was sent by one of our librarians a patron request for a book, and it was like the day after we had this conversation as directors, and I looked at the book and I was like, huh, that seems weird. And then, very quickly was like, oh, this is AI generated. Like this was published in 2026, like by oftentimes it's very easy to tell, right? So it's something that's self-published. When you go to that self-publishing website, they have, they might have 50 or 100 books, right? On like a similar topic that were all published, within the same amount of time. It's wild. What an exciting time to be alive and be in libraries. But so we're doing, a lot of conversations on an administrative level. I did send out an email to the staff. I did speak to the staff who are ordering books more at length, but just to make sure that when we order books, we're making sure that it's, if it's self-published, we don't generally order self-published, but if it's, published by a small printing house, that it's actually a legitimate small printing house. There's certain subjects that are just easier to fall into that trap than others, like one library up west was trying to order SAT prep books and saw one that was like for 2027 and ordered it, and it was AI slop, and it was just the librarian didn't was looking for SAT prep, was like, oh, this is 2027, we're mostly through 2026, that's probably why this is the 2027 one. Ordered the book, got the book, and was like, this is not what I wanted. And had they taken like the extra 2 steps to like scroll down and read, like the 1-star review that said, don't buy this, it's AI slop. Because that's the other thing, right? Like AI is very smart and they will have 4 and 5-star reviews by their robot friends. So it's just, it's, we're back to that. You can't believe everything you read on the internet. And
Who's
so,
benefiting from this financially?
the individuals who are creating the AI. And here's the thing, that, even it's remarkably free to create things using AI. And it does not take any effort at all to throw it up on Amazon to sell it. And, you catch like 4 or 5 people at $50 a shot.
Can you
It's
return
worth it.
them?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So normally, most of your purchases come through a
Yes.
select number of
Yes.
vendors. So these requests would be, out
yeah,
for outsiders, so immediately I would think you would be checking into them anyway.
Yeah.
Well, that's the Ingram though.
yeah. So that's what was alarming is that Ingram, like it's
Yeah.
infiltrating Ingram,
Well, they've
which
got work to do.
which they've got work to
Yeah.
do. But again, they're run largely by robots.
Yeah.
Um,
Maybe it'll be the future for humans again in the book distribution.
I mean, I think,
business.
I feel like at some point we're gonna hit a swing back.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, the robots are doing it, but are they doing it well?
I wonder if sites like Goodreads or some of those others have been corrupted by that, because I feel like that's might be a good way to look and see, is this a legitimate title, that has 50,000, 4.5-star reviews or something like
I mean,
that.
it's possible. We have a lot of, as librarians, we have a lot of tools in our tool belt that we use for the collection development process. We still largely rely on trade publications specific to libraries. So, like Book List, Library Journal, School Library Journal, Hornbook, Kirkus, to a certain extent, Publishers Weekly, although, like anybody, like that's, there's a lot of advertising in Publishers Weekly, but we do try to use juried sources to help us with our collection development. And so where, sort of we would run into an issue with AI, at least generated materials, at least within our library and how we develop our collection, is really related to patron requests. And right now, when patrons request a book, we're now not just automatically ordering the book, because it used to be if a patron wants a book, we buy the book, right? Unless it's a textbook. And so now we are sort of going back and saying, oh, this is not, like, if we believe it's AI, we let them know that it's completely AI generated. It's probably not what you want, and here is an
So you've
alternative.
got a system to filter.
We've got a
in
system to
place.
filter.
So John Jermain shouldn't have to worry.
Not too much.
Worry about.
And
So-
we do use tools, like Goodreads and, there's another one. What's the library one?
Novelist?
Novel List, which also sort of give you an idea of where, reading those reviews there as well, which is good for sort of a popular opinion, if you will, as opposed to a, like a book review.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Any other questions about director's report? Has everybody read the personnel report? Because we need to vote to approve that. Can somebody please make a motion to approve the personnel report?
Motion to approve the personnel.
A second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? The personnel report is approved. So on to committees. Personnel did not meet. Finance and budget did not meet. Buildings and grounds, no meeting. Policy and long range planning, no meeting. Mash Park this is the night they meet, so obviously I can't be two places at once. But I know they are working on their school contract and the Whalers, the summer program and all that. Okay, old business, HVAC update.
All right, so as I mentioned during my report, I should have saved it. The blankets are supposed to be in early next week. The installation of the blankets are the one outstanding thing on the project. So once that is done, we'll be able to close out the permit. Patrick will be out from Lozardo's to, say everything is good to go. And then we live our best climate controlled lives.
Right?
Amen.
Okay. So the next thing.
Yes, on to meeting policy.
Okay, so this was the meeting policy. We did our first read not last month, but the month before. In putting all of the policies in last month, I inadvertently omitted this one. So there is only one change, which was at the request of Anna, our secretary, and I'm trying to find it here.
I think it was on the last,
It's up further.
oh, I thought
Yeah,
it was
we'll
on the
go-
last page.
So,
It's about the notes, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Minutes.
yeah.
She did a nice
Sure
job.
that-
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
okay.
secretary.
So the one change was, and this is what the policy committee had come up with prior to the last meeting, which was, to take out the word prepared and the word and go with the secretary shall ensure that accurate and complete minutes of actions taken at each board meeting are provided to the director in time to be distributed for review by the trustees.
Okay,
Everybody feels good about that? Perfect.
can somebody please make a motion to approve the amended meeting policy?
I'll make a motion to approve the amended meeting policy.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, the board approves the amendment to the meeting policy. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, new business.
So you have Belfour requisition number 7, which is just another payment to Belfour for work done on the project. We just need a,
Oh, sorry.
that's
Is
okay.
that it's,
I thought you were gonna pull it up. That's what I was waiting
Oh,
for.
no.
Can somebody please make a motion to approve the Belfour requisition?
This is for the 114,152.31. I'll make a motion to approve the Belfour requisition.
Second,
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The board approves the Belfour requisition number 7.
So is this the last one?
No, we have,
Okay.
because the sound panels are not completed yet, they're holding out,
Okay. Is it on that?
yeah. So, actually, no, Megan, it's not for 114, it's for 31, the payment that we're making is for 31,299.65. The 114,152 is, change orders. So, you know what, I will pull it, let me pull it up,
New change orders?
no,
Okay.
those are, pull it up, okay, just so everybody knows we're on the same page, okay. So you have
Oh, I
the
see.
original contract sum, which is, sorry, I'm blurry. You have the original contract sum, which is what's here,
Mhm.
the change orders is $114,000 in change orders, so the actual full contract sum is 111 and change. So,
Mhm.
completed to date, we've paid them, 1,028,000 and change. So what they are asking us for is 31,299.65
Got it.
for additional work.
Sorry, I didn't see it earlier.
That's okay.
Okay.
Change my vote.
You
Yeah.
are not, you're not? Okay.
It's a steal.
It is,
Okay, on to ad hoc scholarship committee. So as discussed in previous meetings, we're forming an ad hoc committee for the distribution of the June Pathway to Success Scholarship, and Lisa will chair the committee, but we need 2 members. And before you raise your hand and say you want to commit to it, the committee will meet on June 8th to review the applicants, so that our June 15th board meeting, we can present it to the board for approval. Okay? So is there anybody who would like to serve on this committee? It's just 1 meeting.
Sure.
Okay, Paula?
I'll do it.
Okay, Robin? Okay, so the board has to vote to approve the committee members and the committee. So all in favor of Paula and Robin serving on the ad hoc committee which we are forming for the June scholarship award. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Okay. The board approves the scholarship committee meeting.
okay, who,
Paula and Robin will be on the committee?
yes, who is Lisa's the chair,
Lisa is the chair.
motion to second.
Oh, you motioned, I said,
Yes. I made the motion, no,
you
Okay.
said who, you asked us to vote, okay, make a
Okay.
motion to approve the ad hoc committee consisting of Paula and Lisa. Robin.
Robin.
Okay,
Okay, so we'll meet on June 8th, but maybe before we leave tonight, we can pick the time.
no,
That works for
That's a
everyone?
Monday, correct?
it is a Monday.
Yeah.
Okay, period for public expression. There is none. There's no executive
one.
session. What?
She didn't have anything to say.
Okay.
Okay, it is now, what time is it, Dan? 6:52.
We have no executive session?
No
I said
executive
no
session.
Okay, so I make a motion to adjourn at 6:52.
I second.
All in favor?
I.
Any opposed?